My mascara-encrusted eyes open at 7:15 to the piercing sound of my fifth alarm. 30 minutes after my first alarm, 10 minutes after first period started.
I wake up exhausted, not only because I didn't get enough sleep, but because I know the day will be full of the same repetitiveness I've dealt with for months. I get out of bed, grab my malfunctioning computer, and attempt to stay awake for my early morning classes. Only, even if I do pay attention, it seems like it's still hard to even grasp the information given. I just try to prepare myself for the mundane, slow-moving day I live by freshening up.
Every day feels the same. It's almost like my life is on repeat. I wake up 2 minutes before my class starts, after only getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep the last night. I rush to get on class, and as attendance is being taken, I brush my teeth. Sometimes, I'll end up staring in the mirror thinking to myself, what am I doing with my life? What's the point?
Robotic. Artificial. Survival would be the best descriptors for what this feels like. As I click from class to class, link to link, assignment to assignment, there's no learning, no true connection.
Isolation feels like, at its core, a distillation of everything you wanted to ignore prior. Every day starts to feel like an uphill battle, and there's only so much you can do. Everything you could brush off before suddenly 10 times taller and is the only thing you can focus on. When you remove the noise, you don't always get perfect silence.
The stress is still there. So is the isolation. They work in tandem against me. Sometimes I try to fight it, but what's the point anyway? It always comes back.
After a while, doing the same thing over and over makes your body used to the cycle. It becomes less of you controlling your life and more muscle memory. Once you've gotten to this point, it grows tiring to do. There's no point if you yourself aren't controlling your actions.
I'm leaving! Come lock the door! The dialogue I regurgitate to my brother Tuesdays and Thursdays when I leave for work, directly after school. On the way, the anxiety worsens. I realize how little time I have to accomplish what I needed today, and how much time was wasted. Not knowing where to place the blame for that, I blare my music, drowning out those thoughts the best I can.
Remember, Jenny, patience, a voice in my head says, but it never has helped and seems like it never will.
Figuring out who you are in isolation and trying to separate mental health from yourself is a near impossible task, if it's even one you should take on. There comes a certain point where you have to come to terms with the reality of your situation and begin to accept where you are and where you're at as a temporary.
I don't talk, I just listen. But sometimes it gets too overwhelming and I can't bear it anymore. So I sleep. No alarm, just sleep until I wake up.
I get showered, eat on rare occasion, get dressed, all the normal stuff. The stress is still there. Being in this isolation sure doesn't help. The only thing it does is give me more time to think. Whatever, it's time for school. I get on class and put on a smile. I'm glad it still works. No one has caught on yet. I hope. I wish that it could be real, but it isn't.
During online school, physical and emotional distance from my friends fill my mind when I should be focused on what my class is learning. I can't help it. It's just hard to talk to friends like we used to because I haven't seen them in forever and it all just feels different.
I'm home now. Reeking of onion rings and popcorn chicken. I realize I have to sacrifice an assignment due at midnight for a shower. My favorite part of the day is washing it off. But now that I'm anticipating overdue assignments, it's not relaxing. It's selfish and irresponsible.
In my isolation, I wish I could say I picked up knitting or making sourdough or something. I just didn't.
Gains power over my
Just made
sight.
everything a lot harder.
I force myself to face it alone because I don't know what others might say. Every day, I have thousands upon thousands of thoughts running through my head.
See
Whether it's
anyone
one
unless I
person,
use
myself,
through a
or
device.
school,
I go to
or
the
my
same
face.
classes through a computer learning difficult things. I can't concentrate.
get on class and put on a smile. I'm glad it still works.
Nothing you
No
do
one
is
caught
enough.
on.
What's the
I
point?
hope.
You're lazy.
I wish that it
At
could be
least
real,
You
but
procrastinate.
People change the repetition.
Any excuse that you give yourself is
not happiness, not sadness, nothing.
And you wonder if
I really should be concerned, but I can't help to care. Not that I could feel enough to care anyway. The only thing I feel is constant pressure. The pressure to be great for everyone. My friends, my family, myself.
But in isolation, sometimes don't feel
I'm not
that.
lazy. I've never been lazy. But is this who I am?
You drag your family away, you drag your friends away. I felt nothing but you're alone.
I never pay attention to the show me and my family watch together during dinner, but I sit there, pretending that I'm watching, when in reality I'm just thinking. Thinking about school, what my future would look like, how I feel about myself and losing contact with people. To be honest, I never don't have anything to think about. My thoughts are never ending.
Seeing these thoughts on paper make them a lot less powerful. It turns them into what they are. Thoughts.
I'm really thankful for the people I've had in this time, even if it's from miles away and we forget each other exists sometimes, and it all feels a little bit messy. You just really can't take basic for granted when basic becomes abnormal.
Again, trying to patiently wait for something to feel right again. Well, where is it? Exactly. I just want the normal again, but because of this isolation, I might be stuck with this new normal.
There'd be no point if I didn't try. I still have responsibilities, but at least there's different ways to deal with them. But most importantly, I need to talk. Having someone to talk to makes all the difference in this hellish isolation.
Sometimes you have to work every day at basic. One day basic is gonna get a little bit easier, and then I think we'll all be alright.
These stories are meant to depict the real mental health issues teens like us have learned to deal with every day in isolation.
Over a fourth of teens are currently suffering from diagnosable clinical depression. This number has increased by over 100% during isolation and quarantine, and only seems to be rising.
Luckily, us 16s have all found ways to combat these issues. I, for instance, read books and listen to music in order to calm my mind and escape from the stress.
I started meditating and journaling as a way to calm the thoughts in my mind and center myself.
Change up your hobbies every once in a while. Read a book, go for a run. But if you do the same thing over and over every day, you'll get burned out, grow tired.
I've started to make an effort to reach out to friends more often. Even if it's a little hard at first, I'm always so glad I did.
I like to take time out of my day to organize my goals and priorities and figure out what to stress about and what not to stress about.
It is important to take care of yourself and others during these difficult times.
Look out for each other. We need each other now more than ever.